Hello, YouTube. All right, I just got off work again, and I've rushed over to this park because I want to take advantage of the free electricity. I could have done this in the vehicle because, I can generate my own electricity in there, but I don't think I would have enough time to actually finish doing everything. So what I'm trying to do right now is actually rinse off these eggs because I'm going to try to boil a couple of them. Per viewer suggestion, I'm rinsing them off right now, trying to clean them up. And then we are going to boil the eggs by putting them in the rice cooker, which is plugged in right here and set on high. And I'm just going to boil a few eggs and save them. So there'll be hard-boiled eggs that I can use for snacks or for another dish. And then the plan is to actually try to recycle the water. The water that's boiling the egg. I'm not sure if I'm going to dump it. I could dump it. Or I could keep the water and reuse it to make the ramen noodles we're about to cook. So tonight's dinner, I am planning on cooking up some ramen noodles with chicken. I don't know. Let's see. 4 eggs, maybe 5 eggs. What do you think? 4 eggs. Maybe one more. So we'll have 5 eggs boiled, 5 eggs not boiled. That's what we're going to have. 5 hard-boiled eggs, 5 not so hard. 5 basically raw eggs. Hopefully this will help this to last longer. So we're going to put the lid back on it, let it sit and boil for a bit. And when the eggs are done cooking, I'm going to remove them, save them here. Uh-oh, this is stuck. I have to organize the eggs. One side is boiled, one side isn't. And then we'll go ahead and cook the ramen noodles. For the ramen, I do have some leftover salad that I bought earlier and some rotisserie chicken from Walmart. What I did was I bought the marked down rotisserie chicken and I cut off the breasts and, other meats and made some nice sandwiches to take to work. I didn't film that, but I did make several really nice sandwiches using chicken breast, tomato, onion, and what's that? Lettuce, yeah. So for dinner though, we are going to make basically chicken ramen noodle soup. And I'm just boiling eggs that I could put into the chicken ramen noodle. I might do that, maybe not. We'll see. Depends on how I feel. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to do both of these. I cook 2 whole things because I'm pretty hungry. So we'll let the eggs boil. You can see the water is heating up. Hopefully it'll boil and cook up. So stay tuned. All right, we've got the rice cooker on high heat, heating up the eggs. You can see it is steaming up nicely. Still not boiling yet. It is hard to get that water to actually boil. It's only 300 watts. Most cookers and hot stoves, they're about 1600 watts, just to give you a rough estimate of how much power, more energy you have on one of those normal heater thingies. It's like 1600 watts versus 300. That's like, what's that, 3 times more? No. 8 times, wait, 6 times more. 6 times more power. Hey, look, a squirrel is just sitting here looking at me. Hi. Yeah, what's up? She's responding to me. How are you? It's like you don't have any food. You can see her shadow there. She's like, you don't have any food. Leave me alone. Look at the squirrels stand up like that, like little hedgehogs. Isn't that funny? I don't know if you can see them here in the distance right there. They're like perking up to look on there. Standing on 2 feet to look. But yeah, they have this blocked off so you can't access it. Sadly. Maybe I can. I don't know. I'll get in trouble. They've had it blocked off for so long, it's overgrowing here. But I am curious as to what it looks like out there. Maybe we'll sneak over. Maybe we'll do that. Shh! Don't tell. Hopefully this doesn't collapse and I sink into the river. But yeah, they have it blocked off here because it's damaged. You can see what the damage is out here. It is collapsed and missing. Something tells me the county isn't planning on rebuilding this. At one time they had little areas, and there's a hammock out there. I don't know if you can see that on the end. I guess one of the viewers had pointed it out. That one belongs to somebody's house. But you can see even the roof of that is missing. But this portion of the boardwalk is gone. See the airplane there? Over there is the NASA right there. That's the building where they would take the rockets and stuff. I don't know if you see that. That's the building you always see on the news. And that's the bridge for I think it's 405 that I crossed to go to work. So these are actually houses that people live at. Some of it is an RV park, which is on this other side over here. I tell myself to turn slowly so you guys don't get all dizzy. But that is the RV park right there. And this is the broken walkway, which evidently the county is not fixing. So chunks of it is missing. You can see this one's moving right here that I'm on, about to fall. So I don't think I'm going to risk walking out there and then getting into trouble, possibly having it collapse on me. Looks like they left the garbage just sitting there with garbage in it. They just said, "Oh, we're just gonna block it off and call it a day." So that's what's going on with this walkway. My curiosity got the best of me. But it looks like because they closed that off, they stopped cutting this grass over here. So this is what happens when you let stuff overgrow. I think at this point my eggs are probably boiling in full swing right now. So let's go check it out. Alright, we are back at the picnic pavilion. You can see it is starting to get somewhat dark. I only have probably about 30-40 minutes left before they come shut the place down. Water, it's not boiling, but I can see steam coming up. It's taking a long time to make this water boil. It's a lot of water for 300 watts. We'll let it boil up. If it ever boils up. Usually when I cook food in here, my noodles and stuff, even when I make the ramen, I just put the ramen noodles in there like this, and it, the water's hot, so it softens up the noodle. I never really need it to get to the point of boiling. So this is interesting to see if I can actually make boiling water. Because I've done stuff like I've made hot cocoa and things like that by heating it up, but never to the point of boiling, just to the point where it got hot. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try to stir up the eggs a little bit. It is starting to boil. There we go. I don't know if you can see the water is indeed starting to boil. See how the bubbles are coming up? How long do you have to boil eggs before they're considered fully cooked? I might have to look that up. Yeah, the water you can see is starting to form. See the bubbles in the, I don't know if you can see the bubbles in the pan itself. I can see oil or whatever in the water, so I'm probably gonna not use this water. Maybe bits of calcium from the eggs themselves. I'll end up pouring this water out and using new water to make my noodles. I'm not gonna try to recycle it. So, still waiting for the eggs to boil up. This is one of those instances where I'm thinking, this is the first time I've actually attempted to boil eggs using the rice cooker. Because you can see the water will boil, it's just taking a very long time. I'm thinking this is one of those instances where it would be better to use a butane stove or a propane stove to boil eggs. Because heat is instantaneous versus here where it's been more than 10 minutes and the water's just starting to get ready to boil. So it's been quite a while. I'm guessing maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And I'm losing my valuable sunlight here. It is going to get dark. I know you can't tell from this video. The water is finally starting to bubble. I don't know if you can see it inside there. I don't want to open it up because I'll lose the heat. But it is bubbling. See the bubbling? So it is possible to boil eggs like this, but it would take a very long time. You have to be on a very long drive if you're doing it with the inverter cooking system, or you have to find a park where you can sit there for maybe an hour. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm about to throw in the towel and just take the eggs out. Although it looks like they are cooking. I'll try to let them cook up. And then I have to dump that water because I decided I want to recycle it. I'm going to dump that water and put in some clean water and start my noodles because I want to have that done here before they close the park and I lose electricity here. Otherwise I'll have to cook using the van, the inverter cooking system, or the butane stove. You can see when I took the lid off, the bubbling went back down low because, believe it or not, the cold air is hitting the surface of the water and cooling it down. It's not cold out here, but I'm sure it's colder outside here than it is inside the rice cooker. But now, see, it's not bubbling again because I opened the lid up. I don't know if you can see, the water is boiling inside there, fully boiling because I kept the lid on. It's been boiling for about 2 minutes. Thinking of taking the eggs out now and using the rice cooker so I can cook my dinner because it's like dark. Not yet, but almost. Oh, this is taking a very long time. Somebody had suggested buying eggs at Walmart. They sell them for like $1 for like 1 or 2 eggs or something. I was the one who actually put them out when I worked at the deli at Walmart. I think it's going to be better to buy like a dozen eggs for 58 cents and boil them like this, you know, at a park when you're not in a rush. When you have like a day off or something. You just sit out and get free electricity to boil your eggs, if you want to boil the eggs. Most of the time I prefer them fried. I really don't like boiled eggs too much. But they can be used inside the dishes like this, ramen noodle, and they make it taste really good. When you don't have meat, you know, like chicken or something, you could use the eggs. Or you can even have the chicken and you can still have the eggs. We might try popping one of these eggs open to see if it really boiled and use it in our ramen noodle. So, remains to be seen. I'm debating, I don't remember if it was like you had to boil eggs for 3 minutes in boiling water to make sure it was cooked, or 8 minutes. I can't remember. Can you guys tell me? I'm assuming it's been about 3 minutes by now of boiling. And I'm getting ready to open it up and take the eggs out. That way I can start cooking the actual dinner itself, because one of the other people who were here already left. The sun is going down. The train went by. I didn't film it when the train was going by. And I'm like, if I don't make this food, I might not get an opportunity to. So let me go ahead and pull the eggs out. And we're going to dump this water, put in new water, and start the meal. and I'll let you know on that video whether or not this egg actually ended up, the eggs that we tried to boil here, if I let it sit long enough. You can tell it would boil and would eventually be cooked. It's just an issue of whether or not it was long enough. It's been about 25-30 minutes, which is quite a bit longer than I wanted to spend boiling eggs. I mean, if I had electricity like I do here and I wasn't in a rush to get out of here because they're going to close the park, it wouldn't be an issue. But this is the kind of stuff that people don't realize about van life and urban stuff, camping. If you have to use electricity, public electricity, instead of using your own, generating your own or running it off a butane or propane system, you're at the mercy of the schedule of the area wherever you are. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll find out if this is actually boiled or not, and I'm gonna go ahead and empty it out right now and try to make my chicken ramen noodle soup. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Ow, steam. Look at those eggs. See, when I take the lid off, it doesn't boil so much. It's already cooled down. The heat escaped. This is cracked, so I'm pretty sure it's cooked. Did you see that? One egg is actually cracked. That's gonna be the one we're gonna try to sample, 1 or 2 eggs. So take care, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll let you know what happens. Bye now.